Good afternoon, everyone. So, I'll be starting with the topic smile complications and management. Just a second. I think I need to start my video. Yeah, that's it. So refractive surgery, as we all know, has evolved significantly in the past few decades and is moving towards the preservation of the corneal biomechanics to increase the safety and to achieve abrasion-free results. And we are moving slowly from the conventional flap-based procedures to flapless procedures like SMILE or RELAX. So despite increase in the safety of the procedure, there are many possible challenges with SMILE also, both intraoperative and postoperatively. Intraoperatively, we can have suction loss, incorrect dissection, epithelial abrasion, side cut extension, and postoperative dry eyes, epithelial ingrowth, and lenticular fragment retention, which is peculiar to SMILE surgery, DLK ectasia regression. So I'll try to show you how these complications can be managed one by one. So the first and foremost is black spots. The incidence of the black spots ranges from 11 to 14% in SMILE cases. Causes could be water droplets on the cornea, debris, or air entrapped between the cornea and the cone. So the problem with the black spots is there are uncut areas because the laser doesn't get fired through the black spot, and that makes your dissection really difficult. Like for example, in this case, the SMILE procedure started normally. You can see this black spot in the center. Maybe something was attached to the cone that was missed. Cone was not clean, but we proceeded with the laser treatment, and it seems very small area and harmless, but it gave me a really tough time in the OT. And you can see that the lenticule is almost dissected in majority of the area except this one. I had to use sharp dissector. And since this is uncut stroma, actually you are not in the right plane sometimes. That can actually cause abrasions or irregular astigmatism in the post-operative period. So you have to be very gentle in dissecting through this uncut area. Since it is paracentral, not involving the visual axis, so we can still proceed, and it was a very small area, so you can still proceed with the lenticule removal. But at the end, you always spread the lenticule on the cornea to see if it is removed in toto. This is another case where we started the procedure and suddenly noticed that actually there was a cilia lying on the cornea that got unnoticed. And we actually couldn't decide at that time, proceeded with the laser treatment. And you can see this linear uncut area in the cornea. Now, since this area is involving the visual axis, now in this case, you have to be very, very careful, because if you apply too much of force to remove the tissue in that area, that can lead to cap tear. And if you get a cap tear in the visual axis, that can be very dangerous or harmful for the patient. Side cut extension is something actually harmless. This can be there when you have difficult lenticle dissection, sometimes due to excessive OBL, or if the patient is highly uncooperative. So in these kind of patients, you first have to tell the patient that you have to look into the green light. It might disappear in between, and do not search for the light and keep on looking straight. Now coming on to the more serious problem, that is suction loss, which is more common in SMILE as compared to the femtosecond laser, because of the longer duration of the suction, that is 25 to 28 seconds. Incidence of the suction loss is 0.17 to 5%, but in experienced hands, it can be reduced to 0.5%. It can be due to sudden head or eye movement. Sometimes ocular factors are caused, like small paper aperture, loose corneal epithelium, excessive tearing. So you have to look into the cause. Now, suction loss can happen at any stage: refractive lenticular cut, lenticular side cut, flap cut, or flap side cut. Accordingly, in VisuMax, the good thing is that immediately the machine will go into the repair module, and the machine will suggest you where the suction loss has happened and what is the next step. So you just look into this screen and decide about your management. You have to be very, very quick. We can't let the corneal edema to happen. At almost all the stages of suction loss, you can proceed with the same SMILE procedure except stage 2. When the posterior lenticle cut is greater than 10%, in that case, you have to switch to either femtosecond flap procedure or surface ablation. This is the case where the suction loss happened at stage 2 when the posterior lenticular cut was more than 10%. We immediately converted the procedure into flap-based procedure and fired the excimer laser to complete the treatment. And here in this patient, the suction loss happened at the anterior lenticular cut. And sometimes there is just, reflexly, there is a sudden head movement. And you can see that the fluid is coming through the suction port. And here we get the suction loss. So once the lenticular cut is complete, nothing to worry about. The only thing is you have to have a very good centration, sometimes because the OBL patient is not able to center properly. Once that centration is done and it is appropriate, then you can proceed with the routine SMILE procedure. And because of the dense OBL in the center, you might have a little bit of difficult dissection, but otherwise, the routine lenticular removal is possible. I'll just forward the video a bit. So in this particular case, the lenticle could be removed in toto. If there is a little fragment of the lenticle which is separate, you just spread it on the cornea and just see if it is removed completely. You should not leave any fragment behind. And this is very interesting case where this was in the beginning in our learning phase, where almost whole of the procedure was complete except for the side cut incision, for the main incision. And we tried to do that incision, make that incision with the manually with the help of keratome blade, but that was unsuccessful. So at the same sitting, we proceeded with the circle scan. In circle scan, you actually convert the cap into a flap. And since lenticular formation was already there, we just raise the flap and then remove the lenticle. It's more like flex. Now the lenticle is adherent to the undersurface of the cap. So you have to do very gentle dissection, otherwise you can have tears in the cap, which can later compromise the visual quality. So very gently remove the lenticle and then examine the lenticle in the end. Another problem with the SMILE surgery is if you're not able to identify the planes correctly. Sometimes that happens that you dissect the posterior plane first and the anterior plane is not dissected. That way the lenticle actually gets stuck to the cap. And then the most important thing is, again, to take a sharp instrument or maybe micro forceps, like we have done in this case, and just separate a little area of the lenticle. Once you have identified the anterior plane or you're able to catch hold of the lenticle, then you proceed with rest of your dissection. So it takes a little time, but in most of the cases, actually, you are able to identify the planes. It just increases your surgical time. So identification of correct planes, we have various signs, white ring sign, meniscus sign, or shimmer sign. All these signs are enable us to identify the planes correctly. And this was a case in which there was lenticular fragmentation while removing, and this happens when you have not separated the anterior and posterior planes correctly from all 360 degree, all around 360 degree. So first you separate the lenticle and then try to remove the lenticle using forceps. If you try to pull the lenticle, sometimes a major part of the lenticle comes out and you are left with a little fragments inside. So most of these problems are manageable, but these are encountered in the early learning curve. So in the beginner phase, avoid cases of low myopia, difficult orbital anatomy, high astigmatism, or highly uncooperative patients. You can encounter epithelial ingrowth, which is more difficult to handle in SMILE patients because the ingrowth is there inside the pocket. There are cases of ectasia reported even with SMILE surgery. So most of these cases are diagnosed or undiagnosed cases of forming-frustrate keratoconus who had an unreliable preoperative topography scan. There are cases of sterile infiltrate or fungal ulceration also after SMILE surgery. So most of these challenges that we encounter with SMILE are very uncommon, mostly encountered in learning phase and manageable with no loss of best corrected visual acuity. Appropriate knowledge of the management is the key to success. Thank you very much for the patient listening.